Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, The Town Watch. My name is Josh Town. Thank you for stopping by today. Got 3 different micro brands to unbox in today's video, and each one of them is a first for my channel. We got a watch from About Vintage, we got one from the brand Olto-8, and Phoibos. The one I'm most familiar with is Phoibos, although it is a first for me. About Vintage I heard about through my friend Average Joe and his channel, and Olto-8 I've seen on a few other channels as well. But I'm excited to show you these watches in this video today, give you some quick measurements on each of them and do a wrist shot, but please stay tuned for a full review of each of these watches. Let's start with the About Vintage watch right here in this nice wooden box. They sent over one of their dive watches on a NATO strap, as you can see here. This one is the 1926 at sea 200-meter diver, and it is not an automatic, although you do see that hand kind of ticking, sweeping. It is a mecha quartz movement, I believe, of some kind here. But this one is actually a black PVD or DLC coated watch. I'm not sure what the coating is at this point, but they sent this over, so I'm going to look forward to doing a full review of it here coming up, so stay tuned for that. Let's check the bezel action. Not too bad. And something unique about this watch that I noticed is that the indices at the 12 and the 6 are kind of underneath the dial. So part of the dial is, I guess, a sandwich dial. The other indices seem to be applied on top of the dial. So that is kind of a unique look right there. Let's get some measurements on this one. Case diameter first is right around 40 millimeters. Got to move the NATO strap on this one to get the thickness. Let's see that right there, 11.8, and we got a lug opening of 20, and we got a lug tip to lug tip distance of 47.3 or so here on this watch. Screw down crown. I believe it is sapphire crystal on this watch, but I'll double check on that for the full review video. Now, they did send me a nice watch roll. You can buy a lot of the About Vintage watches in kind of this little set where they give you an extra strap or bracelet and also a nice little watch roll. So I'll just show you that right here. It's got their logo and everything on it, and very nicely done. So I'll show you that in more detail as well in the full review video, but just wanted to make mention of it now. And they also sent a rubber strap with this one also. So that is the About Vintage, and let's move on to the second micro brand for today's video. I think I'm going to go with the Olto-8. Now, I really like this packaging that they sent this watch in. It's got this nice green sleeve on top of the box, and there is somewhat of a texture to the box as well, which is quite nice. And it's a unique style box as well. To the best time. That's what it says. And this is a unique piece, as you can see right here in the box. Here is the watch wrapped up in plastic. This is a new release from them. I believe it's called the Iron Series, and they're actually designed after Jeeps. If you look on their website, and the links will be in the description below if you're interested, but that's what they're going for, is some design language from Jeep Wranglers and off-road vehicles like that. So this is a very unique square watch, which has some unique design features. I believe they're using a Miyota 8 series movement, and there's a little opening in the case back right there. You can see some sort of off-road vehicle right there. I'm not sure if that's a Jeep or not, but you can see some of the information as well. 50 meters water resistance, the Olto-8 iron, and they have a number of different versions of this watch, so I encourage you to check it out on their website. No second hand here, but look at the seconds down here ticking away. Isn't that pretty neat? There's some sort of disc, I guess, that keeps track of the seconds in 5 increments of 5, I guess is how you would say that. So that is pretty neat as well. And then over here in this little circle, looks like it might be 24-hour time possibly as well. I'll have to double check on that. But what do you guys think of this unique watch? I'm not usually into watches like this, and I don't think it's a watch that I would buy personally. It's not my style, but I just had to check it out on my channel because it is quite unique. So let me break open the strap and try and put this on the watch. You get quick release spring bars on the strap, which is always a plus, and actually looks like a nice leather strap as well. So that looks great. Here is the hang tag if you're interested in that. So let me get the strap on the watch, and then we'll get some dimensions and get a wrist shot as well. All right, the strap went on easy with those quick release spring bars. So let's get some dimensions. Let's just do a side by side from the crown to the other side to see what that distance is. So that's 47.3. If you're interested in maybe a diagonal distance from corner to corner, that is 53.2. And let's just do without the crown. It's kind of a unique watch. So 46 millimeters without the crown. Thickness 12.5, and lug tip to lug tip distance 47.9, and a lug opening of 22 millimeters. So I'm going to throw this one on the wrist, give you a wrist shot, and I also forgot to do a wrist shot of the About Vintage, so I'll get that one now as well. All right, there is the Olto-8 iron with this green colorway. Definitely bigger, and square watches typically wear bigger even than their dimensions, but I think I could get by with it if I wanted to. And I can tell you right now, it is definitely a well-made watch. The quality feels great on it. The finishing looks great as well. So I'm pretty impressed in that department. Let's check out the About Vintage for a wrist shot. And there is the About Vintage. Put it on the rubber strap, which I definitely prefer. I'm not a big fan of NATO's. This one is super light, definitely comfortable. And I do like that blacked out look as well. All right, we've seen the About Vintage, the Olto-8, and now we'll open up the Phoibos and see what we have here in the box. This is a new version of their Proteus. So they've come out with a couple new colorways and versions, styles of their Proteus, which I believe they put out in the past. And so this is an updated new version, and this one that I have, as you can see, is a green colorway. Nice green ceramic bezel, nice lightning bolt, second hand. You can see ticking away now as I started the watch up. But this is a pretty cool looking piece. I think it's my first Phoibos that I've had on the channel, and I can definitely tell that they're quality watches for sure. Nice bezel action as well. So I'm excited to spend some time with this one and prepare for a full review as well to share with you in the future. But let's get some dimensions on this piece real quick to see how big this one is. So it's about 42 millimeters diameter. We get a thickness of 14 millimeters. So the end links do protrude slightly past the lug, so we'll get that measurement, 53.1. The actual lug to lug distance is 49.1, and then we have a lug opening of 22 millimeters right there. I like the design of this one. I like the indices. I like the knurling on the crown that is going on there, and I do like how the end links fit and are, you know, pretty much shaped just like the lugs, and they have that same slope to them. I think that is a nice design feature as well. So let me throw this one on the wrist and give you a quick wrist shot, and then after that we'll check the lume on all of them together. All right, there is the Phoibos Proteus on my 6.5 inch wrist. I have not yet sized the bracelet, but as you can see, there's plenty of links for those who have bigger wrists, but it fits me pretty good, I think. I'm going to look forward to wearing this one as well. All right, let's get a lume shot of all of the watches. All right, there's a quick lume shot. I figured the Phoibos would do the best, and it's glowing really brightly, but the Olto-8 isn't too bad either. The About Vintage is definitely lacking in the lume department, but I think there was like a faux Tina on those indices, so that probably plays a factor. The Olto-8 in the middle here has these little engravings on the corners of the square that are lumed, which is kind of a cool touch. And the chapter ring on the Phoibos is lumed as well, which I didn't expect on the Phoibos. So there is a quick shot of the lume on each of these. All right, that is the triple Microbrand unboxing for today. The About Vintage 1926, the Olto-8 Iron, and the Phoibos Proteus. If you're interested in any of these watches, their links will be in the description below. And also stay tuned for future, more detailed videos on each of these watches right here on my channel. But if you like this unboxing video today, please give this video a like. We really appreciate it. Really helps out. But thank you so much for stopping by today here on the Town Watch. We'll see you next time.